The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read. Your source for news, politics, sports, and all things trending. Here's your host, Marcus Gentry.
The American people are about to weigh in.
The campaign is already underway.
Voters are going to get to weigh in.
It's about the principle.
You don't do this in an election year.
The American people will choose.
Let the American people consider it as part of deciding who to support in November.
That was when Democrat Barack Obama was in the White House. Now many of the same senators you just saw are saying, don't wait. President Trump should get to choose Ginsburg's successor immediately.
We've got a situation, you just played a quote from me in 2016. We can play that game all day long where you can play a quote from Chuck Schumer saying you've got to confirm the nominee.
I don't disagree with that. That's what I'm just trying to get you to concede. This is really about who has the votes and who has the power at any given time, right?
So no, actually it isn't.
Here's what you said at that time.
In a few short months, we will have a new president and new senators who can consider the next justice with the full faith of the American people.
Now, Garland was nominated 9 months before the election, and you were saying then, 9 months before the election, it was wrong to deny voters a chance to weigh in. So if it was wrong then, 9 months before the election, why is it okay now, 6 weeks before the election?
So, Chris, in 2014, the American people elected a Republican majority of the Senate to put the brakes on President Obama's judicial nominations. In 2018, we had a referendum on this question.
And that was the Republican Party, people. The Republican Party of 2016 that didn't want to approve one of Obama's judicial nominees because they were 9 months out from an election. I want to thank a special guest I have here on the show. And today we're going to talk about, we're going to try to get some sports in. The sports is starting to kick back in. I know there's a lot of things in the news. LeBron James has been into it with the sheriff of LA County about the shooting incident. For some reason, they're trying to blame this stuff on LeBron. I mean, it's just all kinds of foolishness going on out here. And then on top of all of this, people, we have Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who just passed away. Brother Porter.
Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm so glad you made it back to the show, man. We've been up under a cloud.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. How you been doing, though?
I've been good, man. I've been trying to duck and dodge this virus, man. Duck and dodge this virus. You know how it is.
That's right, man. That's all we can do right now. You know what I mean? It's affecting everything we do, so we got to keep on moving forward with it.
That's right. That's right. I've adopted some new things to the show since you've been gone. I do a whiskey tasting or a bourbon tasting on my show. What I usually do is I go to the liquor store Friday or Saturday, and I only drink once a week now. So, you know, I go buy a strange liquor that I see that I've never tried before, and I do a taste test on the show. Today's whiskey is called Davy Crockett. And, you know, we live in Tennessee, so I know some people in Tennessee will love this shit. But it's 1786 original recipe. It's a Southern pecan flavor whiskey.
Oh, you got to have you a good cigar with that.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't smoke the big cigars. But I smoke my Black and Milds, but I'm finna try it out. You know, I give it a scale. It smells pretty good. I give my liquors a scale from 1 to 10 that I test on the show.
That's right. So you try something new every week?
Yeah, I try something new every week, man. Last week I think I had I can't think of the name of that. It's downstairs. Whatever I don't drink, I put it in my cabinet for when family and friends come over. And if you got any suggestions, man, I'll go try one out.
Man, you know, really, me, I'm you know, we live in Tennessee, so I drink the best whiskey it is. Jack Daniel.
Okay, well, I haven't tried the black. I haven't tried the Jack Daniel Black yet.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones I haven't tried yet.
I'm just number 07 guy, you know.
Okay.
That's about far as I'm gonna take it, you know. Sometimes I drink a little Amsterdam or something, you know.
Right.
You know, I like the peach on that, though. But have you tried that Ciroc brandy, though?
No, I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, Ciroc got a brown liquor out. It's pretty mellow.
Okay, I got a bad echo. Let me disconnect from this phone, and I'm gonna call you from the radio show, the show's phone. Okay. I had a slight echo, people, so I'm gonna call Brother Porter back from the show phone.
What's going on, Brother Gentry?
That's much better. The sound quality is much better. I'm calling you from the show's phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
That could have been my fault too, because I was running through the car auxiliary.
Well, I mean, it's cool. The sound quality is so much better. My microphones pick you up better. I got my headphones on. I can hear it pretty good.
Okay.
But today's topic, I was going to talk about. Also, this is pretty good. You don't need no chaser with it. It actually tastes like butter pecan.
Butter pecan.
Yeah, you don't need no chaser with it, man. You can drink it straight with some ice.
That's right.
On the scale of 1 to 10, I give it about an 8.
An 8?
Yeah, I give it about an 8. It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Now, is it one of the top shelf?
Oh, no, I don't think it's top shelf. I don't think it's top shelf, brother. It's from bottled in Gatlinburg, Davy Crockett's original recipe.
That's close to the moonshine, then.
Yeah, it's 60 proof.
Yeah, that's made up in them hills where them good old boys would feel that.
Right. Today's show, I wanted to talk about the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg and how these Republicans are hypocrites, man, because Obama had 9 months left in his presidency when he had an open seat on the Supreme Court. He could have put a judge on there, and Mitch McConnell blocked him.
Right.
And he said he blocked him because he wanted the American people to vote on the next president and let them pick the next Supreme Court. And here we are 2 months out from the election, and now they're trying to rush through another candidate for the Supreme Court.
That's right.
And this is getting crazy, man. I'm talking about, the country is boiling down into it. And I'm going to talk about these evangelical Christians too.
Right. Right. It's serious out here, man. This is a very pivotal time for the United States, especially with we got Donald Duck in office, and we got Miss Ruth dying. Those are 2 major factors that definitely going to affect the outcome on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've talked about before about them having to vote every year on the 13th Amendment and things like that. You know what I mean? These are things they need to be put in the bed. And if they put the wrong person in that office, you know what I'm saying, somebody that's going to go in handcuffs at some point. Because everybody that he messed with going in handcuffs.
That's right.
He next. So
that's right. That's why he fighting so hard. He don't care nothing about this coronavirus.
That's right.
What was your take on that whole LeBron situation, man? They was trying to blame him for that shooting. You can't blame somebody for a crazy man's doing.
Yeah, you can't hold them accountable. But that's how they've done our people for a long time. They persecuted them because of the power of their voices. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe it's not taken in the context of what they said or what they meant to do, but the verbiage is powerful. And that has affected us severely, throughout the whole time the United States has been here. So the big thing that needs to happen is people got to hit those polls, man, this time, man.
That's right.
It can't be no playing and saying that you can't do it.
That's right.
doing that, because my kids are going to suffer worse than I am. I'm older,
right?
So, but it's going to affect my kids to the fullest where they ain't going to never ever get no control back.
That's right. I've been talking about wealth building on the last couple of shows, and how we minorities need to start focusing on wealth building and leaving a legacy for our kids. If we focus on that instead of all this other garbage that's going on out here, man, we can catch up. We won't never all the way catch up because they've had hundreds of years of building wealth. Like, I'm going to give you an example of what I mean. Like, a son who goes to school with you in high school, his dad owns the local pawn shop. Your dad might work in the local factory. So when his dad passes, his dad's going to leave him a pawn shop, which he's going to expand on and maybe open up another. Your pops or my pops or any minority pops might leave them maybe some bills, or the insurance might not have been good enough, and we might have to pitch some money together and bury him. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of work to do within ourselves, but the whole inequality through the races is still affecting that. But
it really is, man. I asked a friend the other day. I said, how can they fix this? I mean, this has been going on since the beginning of time here in the United States here. Mm-hmm. How can they go back and straighten it out with every black person and let this go away? And neither one of us could come up with a solid answer.
That's right.
Neither of us, it's just something that, laws have to be changed. You can't go back and fix what they did, but they need to move forward from what they've done. There's things that they could do, and I appreciate, I really do, because more so than ever, you got a lot of white people that's bucking.
That's right.
Because they tired of it too, and they can't no longer keep silent. They gotta have a voice now, Because if you don't say nothing about it, you just as bad as the people that's doing it. So
that's right.
It's amazing. It really, really is to see how things are evolving, and it's these younger kids, because these younger kids ain't really with that. They not really with that. So the moving on from what they was raised and what they was taught, is a major thing going on.
Mm-hmm. What have you heard about in the sports world?
Well, one thing about it, my Saints is headed to the Super Bowl. We gonna earn it. We done punished Tom Brady.
Okay.
We punished Tom Brady. Okay, he wasn't ready for it.
He's still around.
He really.
He's still around.
He's still around. He's playing down in Tampa Bay, man.
I thought he done retired.
Well, he did for a minute, but he got the best quarterback in the league, maybe in the history, coming up real shortly, breaking all the records. So he got to try to keep his name in the head. So his legacy carry on.
So what you're saying is he's grooming somebody that's coming up under him.
No, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying he competing for himself.
Oh, okay. I see.
I ain't gonna hate on Tom Brady. He got a love of the game.
Okay. I see what you're saying. I thought the same guy was on the same team as him.
Well, Gronkowski retired and he done came back out.
Oh, okay.
So it's interesting to see what's going to happen. But my big thing is I'm ready for this Mike Tyson and Roy Jones fight.
Hey, you know what? Man? I was looking at them training, and Mike's still a beast, man. Mike is still a beast. And Roy Jones, listen, man, I think Roy Jones might have bit off more than he could chew.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because
he been a punch drunk boxer.
Right. Now I can't take no qualities from Roy Jones. He's one of the baddest man to ever put the gloves on. But I done saw a couple times where Roy Jones got his socks rocked, his noggin rocked. You know what I'm saying? And if he get too many hits by Mike, man, he done.
But this is all about them making some money anyway.
Right. Right.
You know, it's a money maker. You know,
right.
It's kind of like one of that old Rocky movie where they had Mr. T and Hulk Hogan in it. You know,
right, right.
You know, so it's interesting. You know, it's interesting. You know, sports is a lot different now, though. You know, I mean, you're seeing more who got money.
Yeah.
And you're seeing who got real talent because the fans ain't there no more. Now, I appreciate them, you know, for the season ticket holders on a lot of these games that they show their picture in there. You know, they allow the dialogue with them. You know what I mean? But what about the other fans that been at home cheering for forever? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of which, you know, the Titans is opening back up here soon. So, you got a home game coming up, and it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to deal with these 15,000 fans.
Right. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, that whole virus thing is real, man. And Donald Trump basically knew it was real from the beginning. He didn't want to let the stock market crash because that's all he's concerned. Donald Trump is concerned about two things. He's concerned about that damn stock market. And he's concerned about losing this election because he knows New York District Attorney Tisha, I think her name is Letitia, she got some charges waiting on him.
Yes, sir.
Once he step his ass out of that White House, and the feds can't do nothing about that because this is state. You know, these are state charges. So he's really fighting to keep himself out of jail, and he don't care how he do it. He don't care if he get help from Russia, China, cheat, and we got to. That's why we got to show up, man. You know, I'm finna go into this first commercial break, and then when we get back, we'll discuss a little bit more, man, on things that's going on in politics and sports, man.
Okay.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
Damn, fool!
Money Making Biz presents Damn Fool.
Damn, fool!
Starring Silent Marco. West of the Mississippi, aka Black Clouds. East of the Mississippi, aka Chief Dreads. In Texas, Black Indio. In North Carolina, sweet Jesus, you've been everywhere. How many aliases you got? Anyway, co-starring anyone he can get before a camera.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily Read, and I am your host, Marcus Gentry. Like I said in the first segment of the show, I have a special guest back with me. This is my sports guy. This is the Sports Call with Brother Porter, and he's gonna be sitting in for today's show with me. And today we're talking about a lot of issues going on in the community. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she's passed away. She tried to hold on people to this election so the next president could pick her successor, but she's been called home. And we're back, Brother Porter. We was also having a discussion off camera about the school system and how these computers, man, is a lot of people don't have the skills at home themselves, you know, for, you know, or the patience, man, for these computers and stuff, you know. And you was telling me that you was helping your daughter with her progress. How was that working out?
Well, you know, as I was saying, you know, I'm pretty computer literate, so you know, it's easy for me to function with them. You know, I mean, you know, those are skills that you really ain't going to really, you know, perfect being in high school. You know, unless you into that type of thing, because they're not pushing these computer things. These kids can operate the phones, but they don't know how to do, you know, Word documents. You know, they know how to, you know, make this stuff. And a lot of the parents have taught the kids that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because the kids is following in behind them. But what I see is that I'm a big believer in being there in the screen with my daughter, you know, and as they need stuff, you know, I pull it out whatever the teacher is teaching, you know, and I make sure that my daughter has a good understanding. Okay. Another thing that I've experienced is that some of these kids is smarter than what they're giving out, you know, and I mean, I understand they just should have started out better. They should have been better prepared for it when the school system was out. When we got out of school in March, we should have been working on it then instead of this immediate rush, you know?
Right.
That way you could have people prepared. Now, they say they're going back to school on the 12th. And that's been a big discussion in my household because of the fact that the coronavirus is going to come back again once it's cold.
Right,
you
right.
know?
It's still here. It ain't never left nowhere.
My big question was to the school board was, you know, what kind of steps are y'all taking to protect the kids?
Right.
So the school that my daughter goes to, they have, you know, separated the desks. They putting plexiglass partitions around each individual desk, you know, so I see that they're making moves towards doing that, you know, so I'm going to try it out because they need that in-person learning, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
It's hard for me. It's hard for me to learn. I can't just sit down. You know, we do our studies too, and it's hard for me to sit down, man, and just read and study on my own, man. And,
yeah.
You know, we lost a brother here recently, and he used to stay right down the road from, man. Sometime I would go over there and study with him. And since he's been gone, man, it's like I've been floundering on my studies, you know.
Yeah. This time is up on us, though, brother.
Yeah.
You know, so we do need to knuckle down, you know. So I'm a little bit further away from him where you stay, but you know, my home's always welcome if you want to come through.
Okay, where you?
I have a cigar.
You in Murfreesboro? Oh wait, are you close to Murfreesboro? You in Smyrna?
I live in Nashville.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I got that bad traffic, man. Like when I get off at 3, it's like, man, I can't do nothing but come home. It be so bad out here.
Yeah, another one of our brothers, he come from that way every day. You know, he work on the 18-wheeler, so he's down at them yards down there. So he tell me about that traffic every day.
Oh man, it's bad, man. And don't let an accident happen.
Oh yeah, it's all the way backed up.
Yep, all the way back to Smyrna. It's backed up.
Yeah, I've been just got my motorcycle back yesterday.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go out here and do some cruising, I think.
What you do with it? What happened with it? You wrecked it?
Well, you know, I had a wreck, and so a little bit everything been going on. Like we said, we've been dealing with deaths of the brothers. I done lost maybe 9 brothers since January. You know?
Oh wow.
You know, so it's been a lot of that, and you know, just you know, I ride with the bike club, so
right.
You know, confusion. I want to make sure my steps is towards perfection. You know what I mean?
And then you know y'all have those preconditions going on with your family too, man. So you got to be very careful.
Got to, man. I suggest everybody go get themselves checked out in some form of fashion. You know,
right?
This coronavirus is really hitting people that aren't healthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a lot with that. You know, I think we talked about it before on another segment where there ain't no grocery stores out here. You know, in the communities where they need them the most at. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I do want to give a shout out. I really don't like her because she's some Tommy, but Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey did a big thing with the vegetables because the grocery stores were gone, you know, so people got a chance to teach their kids how to grow vegetables and things like that, you know, which is a big thing out in the South Nashville.
Yeah.
And people have gardens, you know, you go outside, you see gardens, you know, kind of give some people to do, but it needs to be more initiative on people teaching people how to survive now.
That's right.
You know, you don't know, we don't know what's about to happen with Donald Duck in this office, and
that's right.
on his way to, he don't want to go to jail.
That's right.
He don't.
Yeah, he definitely don't want to do that.
I saw a good funny clip the other day too. It had Donald Trump in jail, and it had Hillary Clinton saying, "Can I have your email address?"
Hey, speaking of funny skits, man, have you seen my new? I got a group of guys and girls up here, man, and we starting to do Money Making Business, my media company, and we starting to do comedy skits. And I don't know if you've seen any of them, man. You need to go check them out. Go to my YouTube channel and check them out, man. It is too funny. Matter of fact, I'll send you the link once the show's over. I'll send you a link to one of my skits, man. We got a skit called "Baby Mama Crazy Mama." Oh my God! Hey, man, you gonna fall out laughing when you see this one, man. It's too funny, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But
now is that under the Daily Read?
Yeah, it's under the same channel. It's under the same channel. Yeah, man, it is too funny, man. You gonna love it, man. I'm trying to get more people involved because laughter, man, is good for the heart, man. It's good for the heart.
It is, man.
I try to keep a healthy dose of it.
I'm a big Robin Williams fan, man. You know,
he was funny.
You know, he had a special way of doing things. You know, and it said that somebody that could bring that much joy to everybody else dealt with what he was dealing with internally. You know,
right? I think he had that depression real bad or something like that.
Yeah, if you could pass a smile to the next person. Those are huge things. Those are very huge things. I mean, that's more than giving somebody money, a smile.
Right.
Really.
Right.
In this time, because money really ain't all that. You got to have money, but a smile is healthy. If you put forth a smile every day, you're doing good.
That's right. That's almost like me and a female friend of mine was talking about how embracing a woman or a man that's your opposite, like your loved one, sometimes, man, that could be more comforting than sex, bro. Like just holding them in your arms, man. And me and her was talking about something like that the other day, and it's real. It's just certain things, man. People just need to take a step back and just analyze the whole forest instead of just the trees. I got this guy named Bo. I want you to listen to him real quick. He said some good stuff about what's going on with this Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Undoubtedly, the President of the United States will attempt to push through a Supreme Court nominee this close to the election. It's going to be very important to him because he believes that nominee will be beholden to him come election time. And if any decisions have to be made in regards to the election, he will assume that person will decide in his favor because that's how President quid pro quo works. I, on the other hand, believe what Senator McConnell said he believed on February 13th, 2016. The American people should have a voice in the selection of their next Supreme Court justice. And I believe what he said on March 2nd, 2016, when he said, once the political season is underway, action on a Supreme Court nomination must be put off until after the election campaign is over.
Now, that's another YouTuber named Bo. I like his show, man. I think he's from Tennessee. No, he's from Florida. I think he's from Florida. But he looks like a Tennessean, though. But he talks some real stuff, man. And everything he was saying was basically Mitch McConnell and all of these Republicans back in 2016 were saying that, 9 months out from the election now, that Obama shouldn't pick another Supreme Court judge because, his time is about up and they need to wait for the people to choose another president. Now these hypocrites are going back on that. It's 2 months. We 2 months from the election, and now they're going back on that. Now they want Donald Trump to pick another Supreme Court justice, and I don't think this is. I hope this doesn't fly, but this is some dangerous stuff, man. You know, this is
bad, man. It's bad all the way around.
It is.
You know that you know when it comes to them, they'll change up the verbiage, they'll change up the outcome, they change up everything before you even get to know what's going on.
That's right.
You know, and they rewrite their own rules.
That's right.
You know, it's sad. It's a bad thing.
I'm glad you on the program with me today.
Me too, man. It's good to be back, man.
Yeah, man, and you know, now that the sports is kicking back in, man, if we get to move around a little bit more, I stay masked up. I be unmasked in my house, but I go in that gas station and get some gas at the grocery store, man. I got my mask on. I'm thinking about buying me a ski mask or one of those half face masks. Yeah, I'm thinking about going all the way with it. You know,
you know, like I said, I ride a motorcycle, so I've been used to wearing these masks for a long time.
Okay.
You know? So that covering is good, you know, but you don't have to have the real fancy mask. You got to have one that's going to protect you. I see a lot of that too. People got these masks on that really ain't doing nothing, you know?
Right.
You know, people have are making money. Excuse the music riding by.
Yes,
but people have made money off of this pandemic, you know,
right,
and not really helping people, you know. So
right.
I just want to see what's going to happen when this cold flu season start up again.
That's right.
See what happens then. See how the numbers change, you know.
Because I'm gonna tell you, man,
maybe we can overcome it. Who knows?
I went into work and one of our drivers, he sneezed or coughed or something. Everybody stopped talking in the break room and looked at him. And I said, "Oh boy, this is man." And if we can get and I'm gonna tell all my viewers this: if we can get anything from movies and cinematic pictures, it's this: the human nature is dangerous and savage. If we break it down to our basics. And if you ever see these apocalyptic movies where viruses break out and like the Book of Eli and The Walking Dead, if you ever see these apocalyptic type movies, people, I don't even look at the whole zombie stuff. That stuff is separate. Look at the human nature of people and how they react to each other when stuff is on the line. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all one movie y'all need to see. I don't usually do the whole movie thing. No, I'm gonna give y'all two movies because I just recently, and I don't know if you've seen this, Brother Porter, but there's a new TV series out called Lovecraft Country, and it is a very good movie, and it has some signs and symbols in it, man. I'm talking about deep signs and symbols. Man, it's like that. It's good.
They have flooded. I'm a Netflix guy. You know, I like to Netflix and chill with my old lady. You know,
okay.
Be some good company sometimes. So I've been watching a lot of series that have been flooded about different kinds of pandemics. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's just crazy how these things go because it seems like every time it's an election, we got something else, and nothing has been more powerful than this Trump crap. That's what I call it. Coronavirus. I don't know where they get corona. They didn't put a bad name on a good beer. But COVID, I call it the Trump disease.
Right.
This is him. This is all him.
Oh yeah, definitely. But the second movie I want to recommend people see is called 28 Days Later.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
It is, man. That I'm talking about when you see society break down and start going crazy. The zombie part of it is interesting because I love horror, but the human nature element of it, you know how these men, they probably were already rapists and anyway, they going around just collecting women and taking them to this mansion and raping them. And this one girl. The black chick from England, I can't think of her name. She's a very famous actress now. But she was with this white guy for months, during this outbreak. And he got bit one time. She did not hesitate, bro. And you could tell they were lovers too. She did not hesitate. She whacked his head off. He put it. He said, "No, no, no." I'm talking about when she looked at his hand and his hand was bit, and he looked at her eyes. She didn't care nothing about them being companions for months. She didn't care nothing about them being lovers. She got on him with that hatchet immediately and killed him. I was like, wow. You saw that part of the movie? It was like at the beginning of the movie where they went into this house and they had to fight these zombies, and he got bit. And when he looked at her, she looked at him. She didn't care nothing about that, you being my man. She whacked him so fast, man. I said, ooh, man, this is gonna be a savage movie. Yeah, people need to watch how the human nature. Most people, they look at the zombie part of these movies, man. But you watch the human nature, man, and it's gonna get back. If Donald Trump win another election, this country's gonna, man, it's gonna be terrible the next 4 years.
It's gonna be terrible, man.
It's gonna be bad, man. The social issues alone.
I'm a big believer in saying that America has fallen, and keeping this guy doing the things he's doing, keeping this rage going in the street. Now, I'm not talking about the peaceful people that are getting their voice heard. I'm talking about the ones that are hurting people.
Right.
Tearing up their own community. Those are bad things, man. And he's promoting this, man. And we keep having case and case and case. And it's prevalent right now in the news because this George Floyd thing. But this has been going on forever. People got to stick together. That's the main thing. That's right. They got to keep getting their voice heard, but stop the violence. The violence is what's tearing people apart, you let those people that want to be violent do that. But in the masses, the peaceful protest is what need to be happening, it's affecting people, man.
That's right.
Nashville is one of them cities where it's been brought up by the white folks, you know what I'm saying? But, I'm going to get off of two subjects here because one thing is that Black Lives Matter. I'm in question about that big time because who's funding that? Who's getting the money off of that? You know what I mean? That's the one thing. Who's steering that thing really, really, really down the line? Who's steering that thing? And if you go in their communities, that's all you see. But I can't have a house over there unless I meet a certain criteria. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just amazing how these things just are coming to play. I want to see how the fruition of it is. I want to see what the outcome is going to be, because, if you go back to when Rodney King got beat, America was in danger of losing everything, because they was beating up, innocent white people and bad white people everywhere.
Right.
So had he not stopped that then, I wonder what things would be like now, But now's the time where this has continued going on in neighboring cities everywhere.
Right.
I just want to see what the outcome of it is.
George Floyd wasn't he was the spark, the last straw. And that's what a lot of people, George Floyd wasn't no Boy Scout. By no means.
That's right.
And you got a lot of people would throw that up in your face when you say that. But he was just the last straw. You had Breonna Taylor and then George Floyd, and it was the young man that was jogging back to back in different states.
Yeah.
That means there's a racial problem.
Yeah.
That happening in one area where you can say that area right there is just racist. No, this all three of these incidents happened back to back in 3 different states, and George Floyd was just the final straw. And that's what people need to realize, man. It ain't even about him really. It's about, man, we tired of this. And my thing is, we had several discussions about, you know what, I got one more commercial break, and then I got another 20 minutes in the show. Let me go into this last commercial break, and when we get back, I want to get more in depth into this, man, because you brought up a good subject, man. We need to heal our communities, and we'll be right back, people.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
And welcome back to the Daily Read, people. And I'm on the phone with Brother Porter. He is the man with the sports. A sports call with Brother Porter. We are back, people. We ain't back all the way strong yet. We still have a deadly virus out there. Don't take no chances. Regardless of what other people do, don't take no chances, people. You know, and we was having a discussion earlier about how we need to heal as stick together as a black community, as a minority community anyway. And the reason why I always say minority, I say black sometimes, but I say minority because we black people come in all shades. You have Afro Hispanic. You know, they consider themselves black people, but they're Hispanic people, you know. And a lot of us, we forget them in the mixture of all of this. But, you know, we do need to heal, man. And go ahead and lead off with that discussion you was having earlier about, some things you've seen in our communities that we maybe need to fix.
The main thing of it is we got to get back to loving our people. You know, that's the main thing. And I'm not talking about just the regular situation of love. I'm talking about what my mom used to real love when it's unconditional. You know, and we're hard on our people, and we're not healing. We're not getting over things because the absence of love, and that's the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's been several things in the news, man, like the whole Candace Owens thing. FBG Duck get killed in Chicago. Now Chicago's finna go up in flames again because he was well known folks up there, man, and but he was well loved in vice lord communities too, even though he was GD. So now they say the whole city finna go up again like in 2012. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of stupidness going on in a time where we especially is being affected by a deadly virus and the government knows it. That's the and this is what I want to say to all my truck drivers out there listen to my show. I like talking to my truck drivers, Porter. But in February, late January, early February, when this virus hit, everybody in this country panicked. Stock market started crashing. They locked everything down. By mid-February, the numbers came out on how many minorities was dying from this in New York. It was outrageous. At least 60% of the deaths by this virus were black. If you see somebody walking out of that hospital and getting pushed out in a wheelchair with the peace signs up, they were white people. White people were surviving this. Blacks were being slaughtered by this virus. Once they found out this virus was killing blacks and minorities, the mayor of Chicago, Lightfoot, she even came out and said the virus was killing more blacks in Chicago. People wasn't paying attention to it. Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law, he comes out. The Texas governor comes out. The Florida governor comes out. All of these Republicans come out and say, why are we stopping the country from running because of this virus? They knew the numbers. Is what I'm trying. Is basically what I'm trying to explain to people is this whole reopening thing. They already knew the numbers by the mid-February. They knew who this virus was killing, and when Donald Trump get on stage and say this virus is recoverable, this virus is not killing too many people, it's a 95% chance that you're gonna survive it. He's talking to white people. We need to get that understood. He's talking to white people. A lot of us blacks, because of redlining, preconditions, obesity, all kinds of ailments, are being affected different than white people. Diabetes. We getting affected different. Low self-esteem, mental issues. Some of the medicines we taking, we getting affected different by this virus. And I'm gonna tell you something, Porter. I don't know if you run across people like this. I've run across minorities out here with the foolishness. I'm talking about black people. It's literally like believing in this whole crap that they pushing about this is fake, it ain't real. You know, I'm like, man, look at the numbers. You can't hide dead bodies. You can't hide family members who are suffering through the loss of somebody that done died by coronavirus. You can't hide this stuff. So how is this fake? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is crazy.
I tell you how silly I was. You know, until I seen the spike was when it first came out. I said, "Shoot, I'm black. I can't get coronavirus." You know? Right.
I heard that too.
That was a common thing. You know what I mean? But now it's in our lap. It's in our lap, and you know, I'm just not with these clubs opening up. I'm a big clubber. I love the club. I'm not with the club opening up yet. Mm-hmm. You know, these restaurants don't need to be opened up yet. But at the same time, because they got this stuff out on the streets like this right now, they need to be paying us. Where that money at? Mm-hmm. That's what I want to know. Where that money at? You got to take care of this. It's the American way. If we got to get paid, you take something out of my check. Now I'm down and out, and you can't carry me for 6 months. Something's not right, man. Mm-hmm. Something is not right.
Did you hear about the mayor? Some paperwork, some emails leaked from the mayor of Nashville's office saying that they're hiding the numbers. Now, this was strange to me. And a lot of people, now, I'm finna tell you what happened. And I've been in the streets. You've been out there. You know, even though we ain't on the streets no more, you know, we squared up now. But I've been in the streets. You've been in the streets. When I heard this come out, I said to myself, all this time I've been living in Middle Tennessee around the Nashville, Murfreesboro, Clarksville area. I haven't heard no leaking coming out of the mayor's office. Now, this is what they leaked. The coronavirus numbers are lesser in Nashville, and people have been hiding the numbers. Next thing I know, I looked on the news, all downtown on Main Street, where all the country honky-tonk clubs is, it was packed. Number of white people out there with no mask on. And I said to myself, something ain't right about that. Because there's too many people dying from this. My thing is, by knowing how people run game, they leak these crazy bull crap emails out to get people in this economy in Nashville moving again, to make people feel like, oh, this is fake, and get people out of their homes and get them moving around. Because I've never heard of something like that. The whole time this virus has been burning through this country, I've never heard of no staff member, I've never heard of no politician except for Trump and his closest allies say that the coronavirus is not that bad. I've never heard that. Have you?
Yeah, it's bad, man. You know, because you're getting a big mixed signal here. Because you're telling on one hand by my actions that it's okay to socialize and party, you know, but you know you really got to use your own mind on this, you know.
Right.
If you got the potential of going outside and getting something that's gonna kill you, you need to be doing what you got to do to protect yourself, you know, instead of going with what the masses do. Because when your numbers up, you know, they still gonna be out there partying.
That's right.
Some people gonna be at home mourning, but people's not getting scared, man. I mean, it's not even just that. It's this coronavirus has even affected the drugs on the streets. I mean, things is bad, man. Things is bad because of this corona, man. You know, so a lot is more than play than just getting sick. You know.
That's right.
You know, I recently lost 3 neighbors in the in the surrounding neighborhood around here that died because of bad drugs. You know, and that's got a lot to do with corona because you can't really just get drugs anywhere. You know, you got to know what's going on. You know, it's tough out here. This fentanyl, corona, the white man, they're killing us.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's right.
It's amazing.
I hated to say this, but I said this the other day that what's going on right now with this whole coronavirus and how the whites in this country are trying to force America back open. All the other countries around the world that have blacks living amongst their populations, they shut down, got the virus under control, then open back up slowly. America is the only country, this still racist country, that knew the numbers, and instead of taking their time and opening back up for all of us to be safe, they chose to just blow the gates wide open. And I'm going to tell you, this herd immunity, this is Donald Trump's new plan with America. This is why we need to vote. Especially if you're a minority, you need to vote because your life is on the line for this election. And let me explain that to you for people who watch my show. This virus has infected 10 million people in this country and killed 200,000. Herd immunity means so many people in the country gets it to the point where it can't spread no more. You have 300 million people in America. Only 10 million caught the virus so far. Out of the 10 million, 200,000 have died. Now, if they go ahead with Donald Trump's plan to implement herd immunity, that means more and more and more people are going to get it. If anywhere near the number of 300 million people get it, you're going to be looking at 2 million deaths in this country. 2 million. I just did the math. I didn't even do the math, but I gave you the math. All you got to do, 10 million people in this country already done got it. Out of those 10 million, 200 done died from it. We have 300 million people in this country. If anywhere near 200 million people catch it, not saying the whole 300 million people gonna get it, but anywhere near 200 million people catch this stuff, you're going to be looking at almost 2.5 or 2.3, somewhere in that ball range of people that's going to die from it. And then the deaths is not just the only thing coronavirus does to you. If you catch it and you live from it, people who caught it in February are still feeling the effects of it today. They're having heart palpitations. They're having reoccurring colds back to back. Their immune systems are compromised. So this is not just about the deaths. People are still having bad headaches to this day that caught it back in February and survived it. You know what I'm saying? So this is serious.
It's very serious, man. It's very, very serious.
I don't know, man. I got about 3 or 4 more minutes on the show. Give us a lineup of what's going on with you, man. I'm gonna try to have you on either the first part of the show or the second part of the show. We'll discuss that after the credits run and everything closed down. But whatever time works best for you, and I'll dedicate a good 15 minutes of the show to the sports call with Brother Porter. So you can keep us informed of what's going on with your favorite teams or your top picks, or who to watch out for. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead and give us a little details about what's coming for you, man. Will you be available? Tell the people something about you, man. Just talk a little bit to the people.
Well, as I said before, I'm a member of a bike club, so I enjoy these motorcycles. That's my big thing. It's said that coronavirus has affected us enough that we can't do what we do. Mm-hmm. But that's it. I'm really on my business about my family, man. I'm big on family. I'm trying to teach my kids more than just the life you see on the street. That I done bought my baby some ducks. We got a new iguana. And I'm at home. So. Right. I ain't on the job that I used to have where I used to be gone all the time, so I'm able to sit back and be at home. So I'm available, man. I'm glad to be back on the show. I'm ready to have my taste at what I like to talk about. And I enjoy being on it with you every time, man, because you bring some good topics. That a lot of people ain't really discussing.
Hey, man, I try, man. I try. This is like. For me, if all of us, especially as Masons, man, we have our charitable contributions to our communities. This is mine, man. I really don't get. My media company is what's paying me. I don't really get paid off of this show. I do this for the love of it, man, because I want people to be informed, because some of this stuff in the news they do under the cover of night.
That's right.
And I be on it. I be on it, man.
It seem like they gonna help you.
I be on it, man.
And they ain't really helping you.
That's right. I'm gonna close down the show, man. This is the Daily Read. We have one of the most explosive, newest, hottest podcasts out, and y'all can catch me on YouTube. You can catch me on iHeartRadio. Any of the podcasts out there, people. You can catch me on it. And Brother Porter, he's gonna be doing a sports call with Brother Porter again. And we're gonna get this thing moving again, people. I'm out. Peace.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.